What's going on, everybody? It's your fishing buddy back with another video for y'all con consejos de pesca para ustedes. And today I want to talk to y'all about rigging up an open face, a spin reel combo. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this 10-pound braid on there, and we're gonna 1 second. And we're gonna run a 10-pound or a 12-pound leader mono filament on there. So we're gonna make this real quick. We're gonna get straight to the point. First thing we're gonna do is I got some Crappy Fighter by Zebco. We're gonna throw that on there for backing. We're gonna tie us whatever kind of knot. I don't know. The knot's not really important because we're not really trying to get down to this backing. Normally we get down to this backing, we're in trouble anyway. So we're gonna tie a connected knot, connect this braid right here. This braid is Easy Braid by Spider Wire. We got that. Small spider wire. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this backing, whatever you want to use for backing, it really don't matter. This is 8-pound Crappy Fighter. So first thing we're gonna do is we only need to run it through a couple of these holes or whatever. I'm just gonna run it through the first one. Make sure we get everything in this video. Boom. We're gonna run it through that first guy right there. Then we're gonna come down here. We're gonna open this bell. We're gonna take that, we're gonna make a loop. We're gonna make another loop around that loop. And we're gonna take this tag in and run it through that loop. Okay? Then we're gonna pull it tight, like so. That way, this line can slide up and down. We're gonna take that, put it around the bell. We're gonna pull it down tight. Pull it down tight. And then we're just gonna tie another little half hitch to lock it down. Boom. Then we're gonna cut that tag in off. And we're gonna cut it close. We're gonna cut it close. Snip, snip. Oh, trash scissors. Snip. Okay. Then we're gonna close that bell. Look at there. We locked in, ready to go. We locked in. We're gonna take this. We're gonna hold that like so. Make sure we got that line tight. Then we're gonna get the reeling. Gonna get the reeling. You don't have to put a whole lot on here, and you don't have to not put a whole lot on here. But what I like to do is I like to use this backing material so I don't have to use a whole lot of more expensive line to fill up my spool. What you doing?
I'm trying to hang your water.
I appreciate that, man. It always helps if you got a helper. A good helper like I got. So, put a little bit on there, enough to give you a little bit of thickness on that spool of line. And plus, you don't want to put braid directly on your spool because braid has a hard time of catching on itself. You want to put something on there to back it, to give it to make it easier to catch and get the spooling.
Yep.
Ain't that right, Spidey?
Yep.
All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie a real simple knot. We got them 2 tag ends together, like so. We're gonna make a loop with both of those. Run it through there 1 time, run it through there 2 times, run it through there 3 times. Got that? Moisten it, cinch them down, boom. That's all we're gonna do for that connected knot. Like I said, we're not trying to get down to this knot anyway. Cut those off pretty close so they don't interfere with the line on the spool. Now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do the same thing here. Pull that tight. Pull that tight. And then we're just gonna get to reeling. If you got notches in your braided spool and it keeps catching, you can just do what I done the first time. Take that, hold it up in there, make sure it's tight. Hold your fishing rod. I like to spin it off the top. I like for it to spin off the top. Although it don't really matter with the braid, but I like for it to spin off the top. Keep on reeling. Reel that on there. Get you a good amount of line on there. Thank you, Spidey.
You're welcome.
Keep going.
Yep. Keep going.
Keep going, keep going.
Wait, what? Oh, there you go.
Put that on there. Sometimes I don't put a lot of string on there. Don't put a lot of line on it. But then what ends up happening is I end up breaking off somewhere past my leader. And then next thing you know, I gotta rig something up. I gotta take some braid, tie a double uni knot, connect it with the other braid that's on there. Do all this extra kind of stuff, and I don't like it. So there it is. What was that?
That is a bullet.
A bullet? A bullet or a bullet weight?
Bullet. A bullet weight.
A bullet weight?
Yeah, bullet weight.
Okay. Now that we got all of that spooled on there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie a double uni knot. Now I got double uni knots in other videos, but we're gonna go ahead and do it again so we make sure that we're all the way good right here. I don't want you to go nowhere else. Could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. So we got our braid coming off of the rod. Right? We got our braid coming off the rod, and we got our leader material. So first of all, for a leader, we just want to take about 7 feet, something like that. 7 feet of material, something along those lines. And you want that leader, for one, if you're fishing in clear water, the fish won't be able to see this leader, opposed to this braid right here. Won't be able to see it. And for 2, this leader is probably gonna break before this braid does. So if you gotta break your line, like from my experience, even though this is a 12-pound leader and that's 10-pound braid, this braid don't have any stretch to it. So from my experience, this leader is gonna pop before my line pops. So that's gonna save you some line too. So you're gonna take this 10-pound braid and you're gonna leave you out about a foot to play with, right? And the same thing with this leader material. Leave you out about a foot to play with. You got your braid coming from the right hand side. You got your leader coming from the left hand side. Bring them together. And now you got a foot of braid on this side and a foot of leader on this side. So what you want to do with the tag end of the leader that you got hanging on the right side now is you just want to make a loop. Make a loop with it. And you have a loop, and the top of this loop consists of the braid, and the whole loop consists of the leader material. So you're just going to take this leader material and wrap it around the loop and the braid about 4 or 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, now you got that. You're gonna moisten it, moisten that, cinch it down. Boom, easy peasy. Now you're gonna flip it around so you can do the same thing with the same hand. You got your foot of braid coming off on the right hand side. Alright, and then you got the rest of your leader. You're gonna form a loop, right? And with the braid, I like to do the braid more because it's gonna make a smaller knot. And I just like to be confident in what I'm doing. So I might do it 8 times. Okay? Wrap it around that loop of braid and the top part of that mono. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. 6. 7. Yeah, so that's what you got. And as you pull it, they're just gonna squeeze together. Moisten that real good. Pull them together. You see that? That's what you got. Now all you gotta do is cut your tag ends. Cut them close. Make sure you cut the tag in and not the main line, that main braid. Spidey, what you doing in there?
I'm just jumping around it.
That's what's up. Now you got you a double uni knot. And this ain't gonna slip. It ain't going nowhere. You good to go with that. So now, all you gotta do is finish putting it through the rest of the guides. Tie you a hook on there or whatever you about to finesse and get to it. Appreciate y'all being here. Fishing with Sid. You already know. I love you. Till next time. Good luck out there on the lake.